What's up guys, KitaSean here. So I'm pretty sure you guys got the news already, but FGO has announced a 2 million download campaign, which is going to start on the 18th to the 25th. That means they reached 2 million downloads for the game. That's crazy. Congrats to NA for that achievement. But this campaign is going to give us a lot of in-game items, like EXPs, Saints Quartz, golden tickets, foes, apples, new servants, new CEs, a new mystic code, and so much more. So let's go ahead and scroll down and talk about what's going to happen in the next couple of days. So starting off with part 1, this is going to be a 6-part campaign. So part 1, login bonuses. Login bonuses, always good to get. So definitely log in each day to get all this. But we're going to get a total of 25 Saints Quartz, 5 each day. So 5 days straight, 5 Saints Quartz each. So definitely do this while you can. And then we're also going to be getting foes, EXPs, golden tickets, golden apples. So again, log in to get all this good stuff. Part 3 is going to be a new CE, the 4-star Craft Essence Heroic Portrait. As you can see, there are 10 of them, but you can only pick 1 out of the 10, so you have to choose wisely. Like, which art do you want the most? In JP, I picked Arturia just because, you know, it's Arturia, but this time I'm going to go ahead and pick Darius the Third because, funny thing, Darius the Third was actually my first servant in NA and JP, so I'm going to go ahead and show him some love, which you guys should too. Darius the Third, best servant. But I can see a lot of you guys picking Altera, Janna d'Arc, Arturia, Mashu, maybe even Arjuno or Skasaha. So choose wisely again because you can only choose one of them. In the end, these CEs do the same thing. They basically give you 50 more bond when you complete the quest. So again, choose wisely which art you want the most. Scrolling down, we have the new Mystic Code. This is going to be the OG casual clothing for Saber from Fate Stay Night. As you can see, we have the OG art from the visual novel game from decades ago. We've also seen this casual clothing in the anime, so several animes actually. But female master is going to go ahead and wear that. Male master is going to wear a vest and some dress pants. They basically do the same thing. Mana Burst, Victorious Conviction, Knight's Oath. Mana Burst increases Buster card effectiveness for 1 turn. Victorious Conviction, gain critical stars, and then Knight's Oath, apply Guts for 1 time, 1 turn. It's a pretty good Mystic Code, but there are other Mystic Codes that are better, and I actually used this a couple times. It was actually pretty cool. I definitely used it for my Buster servants. But I see a lot of masters using it just because it's the OG, you know, Saber clothing. So there are a lot of people that show that for, you know, for love, but a lot of people use it just because they really like the Mystic Code. I like it, but I think there are other better Mystic Codes in the game. So I think you won't really use this too much, but again, if you're a huge fan of Saber, you'll probably use this a lot. Scrolling down, we have the new Stardash campaign. Of course, this is going to go ahead and help out the new Masters. This is going to go ahead and give them some login bonuses, some Saints Quartz, golden tickets, apples, stuff like that. And then we're going to go ahead and get a half AP quest as well for the Ember Gathering, so the best chance to level up your servants and stuff. So definitely do this while you can. Next, we have the Altera Interlude. This is going to go ahead and help her increase her damage for her Noble Phantasm. This helps her a lot. It basically increases her damage by an MP, so more % damage. But yeah, this is definitely going to help out Altera users. I'm going to definitely do this because I have her. But if you don't have her, I mean, you can go ahead and just wait because you can't unlock this until you level 4 bond her and send her to stage 2. So once you get her, definitely do this, guys, because this is going to help her a lot. Then we have the 2 million download summon. This is what we all wanted to talk about. We have the legendary, the mythical Brynhild in the Hatcher for a short period of time. So Brynhild is going to be a limited 5-star Lancer. We're also going to get Beowulf and Fion and a couple new CEs. Brynhild, she's going to be a pretty good servant later on, but before we talk about her, we're going to get a trial quest. This is going to basically give us a golden ticket if we beat it, but we also get to try out the new servants, Brynhild, Beowulf, and Fion. You know, this is show you guys this is how they're like, this is what they have, their skill sets, do you like them, do you not like them, etc. But if you beat it, golden ticket, so worth doing. And we have the servants. This is what you guys wanted to talk about. We have Brynhild here, the limited 5-star Lancer. Max attack 11432, max HP 14825, and then Noble Phantasm Brynhild Romantia deals significant damage to a single loved one enemy. Special attack damage increases with overcharge, and increase critical star drop rate for all allies for 3 turns. This is actually a pretty good Noble Phantasm. She does have a pretty good MP charge rate. To me, she's like a Buster Servant first, then also a quick crit later. So in a way, she's like a hybrid of a Buster quick hybrid. I think she's really good skill wise. Her first skill, Mana Burst Flame B, increases own Buster card performance for a turn, increases own MP damage for a turn. And then her second and third skill are kind of like support skills. Primal Ruin reduces one enemy's MP damage for a turn, reduces their critical attack chance for 3 turns, and my dog is going crazy for some reason, I don't know why. And then we have Hero's Bridesmaid C. This increases one ally's critical star absorption for 3 turns, recovers their HP as well. So the last 2 skills are basically support skills, but her first skill definitely helps her when it comes to MP damage. And her passive skills, Magic Resistance B, Riding A, Divinity E. And again, her Noble Phantasm does some pretty decent amount of damage. If overcharge, deal extra damage to Brynhild's beloved enemies, which is basically the entire male cast for FGO. For some reason, Ushi Wakamaru is in there. I can't remember exactly why. But Ushi Wakamaru is in there, and again, this does more damage to all the male servants in the game. MP damage wise, MP1 600%, MP5 1000%, and later on she does get an update which increases her damage and her skill percentage or her effect percentage, but this is not going to be for a while, but it does increase it by like an MP, so definitely really good. So yeah, Brynhild, definitely a really good pickup if you can get her. At first, she's not really the greatest Lancer, but later on she does become really good. She does become that really good single target Lancer, so definitely a good pickup if you can get her, because in JP she barely comes back. So I'm not too sure how they're going to do that in NA. Maybe she'll come back a couple more times in JP, or basically the same thing, come out when JP released her kind of thing. So if you want Brynhild like right now, then you definitely should roll now, because she's not going to come back for a while if they're going to follow JP. So definitely pick her up while you can. She really works well with those servants that actually give her Buster up. Basically anything that supports her, because she is a single target servant. And she does have a skill that does increase her MP damage and Buster damage. So anything that give her, any servants that can give her Buster damage and stuff like that is really good. So I can't think of the top of my head right now. Who are some servants that are really good on top of my head? I can't think of anything right now. Oh, Elizabeth Bartley is really good with her. Shakespeare, Leonidas. So yeah, again, anything that gives her Buster damage up would be nice. And CE wise, you can do the same thing. You give her some Buster damage CEs, but I think crit damage CEs is good, or crit generation CEs are really good. So 2030 might be pretty good to put on her. Some MP gain CEs would be nice. I mean, Kaleidoscope is always nice to put on, but I think 2030 actually might be the best CE to put on her, because she's a Lancer. Again, she's like a Buster quick hybrid, so definitely really good when it comes to crit. So I would definitely put 2030 on her if you have that. Next we have Beowulf and Theon. Now these two are really interesting. I thought Beowulf was really interesting when he first came out in JP, but in the end he's actually kind of pretty bad. He's arguably the worst 4-star servant in the game right now. But Beowulf is interesting. I actually really like how he has it, but he's interesting. But we'll talk about that in a bit. But Beowulf, 4-star Berserker, max attack 10,247, max HP 10,327, and then Noble Phantasm, Grendel Buster. Apply sure hit for yourself, 1 turn, deal significant damage, and decrease critical rate for a single enemy for 3 turns. Effect increases with overcharge. Now Beowulf is a Berserker. that has crit skills. He is a crit berserker, which is very interesting, very rare for berserkers, and something that you really don't need actually. But his first skill is really good. His third skill is really good. But his first skill, Berserk A, increases his own attack for 1 turn, increases his own MP damage for a turn. And then his second skill, again, this is the questionable skill right here, Instinct B, gain critical stars. This is definitely something a berserker that a berserker doesn't need this skill. They really don't need this skill, but they gave it to him for some reason. Definitely he needs something to make him better, but yeah, they gave him Instinct B for some reason. And then third skill, Battle Continuation B, grants self gut status for 4 turns. This is a really good skill, probably his best skill. This is what you want on a berserker. But scrolling down, he has his passive skill, Mad Enhancement E. I mean, always good for berserkers, but it's only E. It's an E minus, which is pretty bad though. If maybe increase that a little bit more, that'd be nice. But then his Noble Phantasm, it does a pretty decent amount of damage actually for a 4-star berserker. MP1 600%, MP5 1000%. Overcharge effect reduces their critical chance for 3 turns. Not too bad at all. His Noble Phantasm does get an update. It does increase damage wise, so pretty good. But it's only by like 100%. So it does do a lot of damage for a 4-star berserker. But I feel like it's that what do you call it? That second skill that's holding him back, and him being a critical berserker is what's holding him back. There's actually not a whole lot of there's not a lot of service that really helps him out when it comes to this. But I guess anything that gives him Buster Up would be nice. Yeah, the crit. I don't think he's really good for crit teams at all. Like, even though he's a crit berserker, he doesn't really help out in crit teams at all. So I don't know. But he's really cool though. I really like his MP animation. I really like his character. But it just really sucks that he's a crit berserker. If you want to put an MP, if you want to use him, some MPs that are good are, again, Buster Up MPs, Noble Phantasm MPs like Kaleidoscope, or I guess you can use them as no, actually no, I take that back. I was gonna say you can use him as farming, but I forgot he's a single target. But yeah, anything that gives him MP damage or MP up, because he actually lacks in MP charge. His MP charge is pretty bad by I think it's 0.6%, I think 0.68%, I think. I can't remember exactly, but it's pretty bad. So anything that gives him MP would be nice. And then we have Fion. Fion is like the Siegfried of Lancers. He's a Siegfried of Lancers, but he is different from Siegfried though. He doesn't have Dragon Slayer or anything like that. He's an Arts Lancer, which is very different to other Lancers out there because it's very rare to get any Arts Lancers. That's also what's holding him back. He's considered one of the worst Lancers in the game. I mean, there are actually better 3-star Lancers than him. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, Fion is just pretty bad when it comes to Lancers. But I actually do believe that Arts teams will come in the meta in JP sooner or later. So he might actually become pretty good later on. Who knows? But as of right now, he is pretty bad. MP charge is worse than Beowulf. I think it's at 0.55%. And again, he is an Arts Lancer, so he does have a lot of Arts skills. His first skill, Clairvoyance B, increases his own critical star duration rate for 3 turns. This does get an update later on, but not for a while, so you don't have to worry about that too much right now. But in the end, you're still not going to use him. Second skill, the Beauty of Trouble with Women A. This is actually a really good skill for him. Grants self evasion for a turn. Draws attention to all enemies to self. Really good. And then reduces his own resistance charm to female enemies by 80% for 3 turns. That's the demerit actually. So yeah, the skill is pretty good, but the demerit sucks. The demerit really sucks. But the third skill, Magecraft B, increases his own Arts card performance for 1 turn. So that shows you that he is an Arts Lancer. Passive skills, Magic Resistance B, Divinity D, and then his Noble Phantasm deals damage to all enemies, gain immunity to mental debuffs for 3 turns. Pretty good, and it does deal heavy damage and decreases attack for 3 turns as well. I mean, as you can see, his max attack is really low, 8930. That's pretty bad for a 4-star Lancer. Max HP 12750. Not too bad, but his attack is just so bad. His Noble Phantasm is really bad too when it comes to damage. MP1 450 and then MP5 750. This does get an update. It does get a pretty big update, but MP1 is 600% and MP5 is 900%. And again, this doesn't come out for a while, so you don't have to worry about that too much. And overcharge effect reduces the attack of all enemies for 3 turns, which is really good. But I don't know. Fionn here is just really bad. Like and not only that, what's also bad about this is that he's in the same hatcher as Brynhild, so he can spook you. He is a Lancer, so he can definitely spook you if you're trying to roll for Brynhild. So if you get him, you're gonna be like, crap, why? But anyways, Fionn works very well with any arts servant, so Tamamonomae, anything that gives, you know, arts up, maybe even some MP up, because again his MP is pretty bad, or MP charge is pretty bad, so Kaleidoscope would be nice to put on, Prism of Cosmos, even Formal Craft is really good just because of the arts up, but if you put him with Waver, obviously it makes him better, but yeah, like he's pretty good. I mean, later on, a lot of arts servants do come out, so it does help him out a lot. You can actually put him in teams, so that's the really good thing about Fionn. Unlike Beowulf here, you can barely put him in teams. That's what sucks about him. But Fionn actually still viable compared to Beowulf, but he is still considered one of the worst Lancers in the game because he's an arts Lancer. But I really do believe arts teams will come up. It will become meta sooner or later in JP, so he might actually shine later on. But yeah, Beowulf and Fionn, definitely 2 servants you don't want to pick up exactly yet, but they are interesting servants, though. They are pretty unique in their own way. So if you do want to use them, then yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool to use. Beowulf, again, pretty hard to use. Fionn, good for those arts teams, and Brynhild, good for those buster teams. Next, we have the new Craft Essence, Vessel of the Saint. We have that Janna d'Arc Craft Essence, really nice essence. I actually really like this essence as well. Apply immunity to debuff 3 times and increase MP gain by 15% for self. Really good for like Janna d'Arc herself and those other support servants. So definitely pretty good. Like, or those stall servants, I'm sorry. So really good. Definitely pick that up if you can. And then we have Golden Millennium Tree. Increases your max HP per turn by 200 per turn and then 3000 max. Personally, I don't really like these type of CEs, so I don't really care for them. If you get it, you get it, but you can definitely burn that one. But I mean, having 1 copy would be nice because I mean, the art's really cool. But the best CE is definitely this Janna d'Arc one here. But yeah, that's basically about it. Brynhild, definitely a good pickup, so I would roll for her if you really need a 5-star Lancer. Karna is better, but he is AoE. Single target wise, I think Brynhild is going to be the best, even in JP right now. Oh, actually, she's debatable right now with another servant, which is going to come out probably later this year for NA. I'm not going to talk about that because it's not out yet, but she is definitely a really good single target Lancer. Definitely pick her up if you can. The other 2, again, they're just basically like trolls. Especially Fionn, because I mean she's coming in with Brynhild and you want Brynhild instead of Fionn, so I wish you guys luck on that Brynhild. Gotcha. But yeah, other than that, again, remember to log in, get all those in-game items. Remember to pick CE that you really like. Oh, I mean, which art that you really like. Remember to get this Mystic Code, and new players, remember to log in to get all that Saints Quartz and do this AP half AP quest. And yeah, good luck to all you guys out there. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope that helped you guys a little bit when it comes to servants. But again, I'm practicing still, trying to figure out what's good to do for these types of videos. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Laters.